I gotta say, just we are a sad bunch of people. We are really fucking. What's wrong with us? What the hell? What the fuck is wrong with us? Like, why isn't the anger and the animosity and the frustration vented in the right direction? Why is it does it come out in bits and sprays all over the country, but the main value of our anger and our frustration never comes out where it belongs, where the culprit is? The United States federal government is the whole problem with this country. It's the whole problem. It's generating more problems. It's creating more pain. It's making more diversity. And it's all for a system that is so fucking broke. That system should have been thrown out 100 fucking years ago. It sucks. It sucks. For the common person, for the middle class, lower middle class people, it's a disaster. It is the worst economical fucking situation you could possibly find yourself in. The whole system, the working 5 days to have off 2, the fucking bust your ass your whole life to, you got to save $1 million to retire for like 7 years, but then you get cancer and you croak anyway. The whole system is fucked, okay? And no one cares. No one. Everyone just goes about their business and doesn't go, this system fucking blows. What do we do when the tool breaks? What do we do with the tool? We throw it the fuck out. When new technology, they keep jamming technology down our fucking throats. We just about have fake humans, but they still haven't perfected a car motor to get any more gas mileage than what it gets now, as it did 20 years ago. Don't you find that bizarre? We've come from a phone that hung on a wall on a cord to a phone that could launch the space shuttle in 10 years, but the reciprocating motor is exactly the same. And the only way they say we can get around it is if we buy a car with a fucking refrigerator battery in it, the size of a fucking refrigerator. That makes a lot of fucking sense. No shit. And we can't drill for oil, but we can mine lithium like a motherfucker. It's all bullshit. The programs, the green, the climate change, that is the biggest crock of bullshit. They've been doing all that shit for 20 years. Everybody gets green startup money, millions of fucking dollars. 10 years from now, you never hear a fucking thing about them. These corporates are just shells. They disappeared. People take the money, brothers, cousins, uncles. Money gets deposited in a fucking special account. Nobody sees it again. Climate change is not saying we're not pigs. We are fucking pigs. But climate change, the planet's getting warmer. Hey, asshole, we're coming out of the last ice age. The geo fucking people in Utah, one of the best fucking geosciences in the fucking world, will tell you straight out. Well, the Earth is coming out of its last ice age. We've had 5 of them. It takes about 100,000 years, and the temperature will slowly rise for the next 100,000 years. Then it will slowly start to pitch back again. That's been the cycle of the Earth since the beginning of time. Now they're saying it's happening a little faster, 100,000 years. We haven't even been here 100,000 years, okay? So we have no data to even measure. Our data goes back 1,000 years. That's the best data we have that's actually worth anything. Okay, so we have no idea. Just say, we don't fucking know, okay? So stop making shit up. There's enough problems. We can't get along. We can't figure out whether we like fucking Palestine's fucking terrorist army that's from Iran that's using our money, but they're terrorists, okay? And Palestine doesn't have their own army, so they're just borrowing one, okay? They did a slaughter on Gaza Strip. We can't decide whether we want them or Israel, but we're going to come to an agreement on climate change. You're fucking crazy. You are fucking... And China produces the most amount of fucking all the contaminants from all their factories, but we ain't going to say anything to them. You know why? They're our Temu and Amazon. Let's not get crazy here. The government's like, well, we make money off the stock market, so let's not jump the gun here. But you're going to have to pay. The middle class and the poor people, yeah, you're going to have to fix the planet. China, no problem, because they're making the stock market go up because we keep buying their junk. Just keep buying their shit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And until we rise the fuck up, do you understand? Even if they mowed down one city, they're not going to go around and just mow us all down. There's millions of us. millions and millions of people. If we stood up and said, hey, federal government, fuck you, we're done. Let's give us a new system. Let's see what's this. We're not voting. We're not voting for two clowns again. Okay, that's done. Okay, it should be. Obviously it should be a panel of 6. It should be like a board of directors. Why is there a president and a vice president? What are we, almost next to kings and queens here? It should be a panel. How do corporations run? Let's look at the best corporations in the country, and however they're run, break that down. We do the same thing. Rotating, each one rotates 2 years. Each one has a special qualification. One's good in finance and economics. One's good in agriculture and fucking land. One's good in foreign policy, and they each have their own jobs. And they rotate every 2 years. So nobody can be pulling any fucking fast ones because they're all on the same team. And they're always rotating. Everyone in government's rotating all the time, just like businesses. We're mimicking big business. We're mimicking Pepsi-Cola, GM, how they're run. That's how we run our government. So if they had all these issues, these trust issues, and these gang tackling where they kind of get cushy in their spot, like a Nancy Pelosi. She's been there 30 years. You think she does anything today? She probably doesn't do anything but get a Starbucks coffee and sit behind her desk and talk to people. Okay? She's a billionaire. You're not supposed to become a billionaire in fucking politics, okay? That kind of defeats the purpose. All right? Yeah, you know about the commoners. Yeah, you must really know what it's like to be a commoner with fucking $1 million fucking dollars. They're out of focus. They're not we the people. We're rich bitches, That's got to end. All that's got to end. We're not voting anymore. We're not paying taxes anymore. We're not doing any of that. Come up with a new system, a whole new system. And until the American people rise up and do that, you're just playing a game with them. They're going, hey, watch door number 1 or door number 2. You're getting fucked either way. And we keep going along with it. We've been doing it for 100 years. They started teaching 100 years ago in school. Your government cares about you. Why would they? Why would they? Your neighbor doesn't care about you. I mean, unless she's a really close neighbor. The guy down the street couldn't give a fuck about you. The bus driver, really, he couldn't give 2 shits. The guy across from the traffic light doesn't give a shit. Why the fuck would our government give a shit about us? Especially when they're getting rich. Why would they give 2 shits about us? The only people that possibly give a shit about you is your family. And that's a wishy-washy situation. So why the fuck would some strangers in Washington, D.C. give a fuck about me and you? Think about all this. If you wake up and you join together, your numbers are your value. But everyone's like, no, this system's okay. This system's working. This system's fucked. We pay all of our taxes and he just gave all of our money to fucking some other country? Are you a country that we don't even give a fuck about? Are you nuts? What's and everybody just says, well, you got to help them. Help them what? Win a war? They can't win that war. So you just gave money for no reason. Can't win the war. You're not going to beat Russia. We can barely beat Russia. They're not going to beat Russia. The only way they beat Russia is if we help them. If we help them, we're now at war, which we're teetering on anyway. I just saw a fucking zombie up there in the fucking debates. He's not running the country, obviously. He can barely tie his shoes. He can't even remember mid-sentence. He loses where he's at and what day it is. I mean, come on. Other countries are looking at this going, oh boy, now's the time to strike their motherfucking ass. I bet you we get hit before November. Wake up, man. Everybody's got to join together. Just tell them to fuck themselves. Tell the federal government, hey, federal government, go fuck yourself. That's what needs to happen. Until that happens, we're all doomed. We're all fucking screwed.